Why do some animals feel almost no pain? Think about it. The last time something burned you, a hot panhandle, or maybe a cup of coffee, too hot to touch. The reaction was instant. Before your mind even understood, your hand moved away. That is pain, doing exactly what it was designed to do: a warning system, an alarm bell, a survival tool, something so important. Life without it feels impossible. But here is where it gets strange. There is an animal on Earth that can be exposed to acid, to chili-like chemicals, to things that would cause extreme pain in most animals, and it barely reacts. Not because it is strong, not because it is fearless, but because its experience of pain is completely different. This animal is the naked mole rat, and when scientists studied it, they discovered something unexpected. Pain is not just a signal. In many ways, pain is created by the brain, and the brain can change that creation. To understand this, we need to understand pain itself. Most people think it works like this. You get injured, a signal travels to the brain, you feel pain. Simple, but that is not the full truth. The body does not send pain, it sends information. Electrical signals travel through nerves, move up the spinal cord, and reach the brain. Only then, the brain decides what you feel. Based on memory, context, and biology, it builds the experience of pain. So pain is not the message, it is the result, and that changes everything. In naked mole rats, scientists found something fascinating. They produce very little of a chemical called substance P. In most animals, and this chemical amplifies pain, it turns the volume up. But in naked mole rats, and that volume stays low. The alarm never fully activates. So pain is not blocked, it is never fully constructed, and it gets even more surprising. In experiments, they expose these animals to acid. For most mammals, this would cause intense pain. But for naked mole rats, there was almost no reaction. The signal was there, but the suffering never formed. And then scientists looked deeper. They found other examples in nature. The grasshopper mouse, a desert hunter that eats scorpions. Scorpion venom is deadly for most animals, but in this mouse, it actually blocks pain instead. What harms others becomes harmless here. Then there are sea slugs that don't just survive danger, they reuse it. Their nervous systems process the world in completely different ways. And that raises a question. If pain can be reduced, changed, or even rewritten, then what really is pain? Pain protects us. Yes, but not always in a simple way. Animals like naked mole rats survive perfectly well in harsh environments with low pain sensitivity. So maybe pain is not just protection, maybe it is interpretation, a decision made by the brain. And here is the key idea. Your brain is not just receiving pain, it is creating it. And deep underground, in dark tunnels, a naked mole rat continues its life, completely unfazed. Not because the world is gentle, but because its brain tells a different story.